The moment I entered the forest, I saw 2 civilians taken out. My employer immediately tossed me a gemstone worth $1 million. Then he gave me only 70 seconds to run. That was when I realized I had been tricked. I was trapped inside a deadly hunting game for the rich. The moment the countdown ended, the hunters entered with loaded weapons, but they had no idea who they were hunting. I used to be an elite professional fighter. When I reached the river, I found the previous target's body. Suddenly, one of the hunters opened fire. I used the gunshots to pinpoint his location. Then I slipped underwater and disappeared. The moment he came closer, I dragged him into the river. A few punches brought him to his knees, but the hunter suddenly pulled a knife and attacked. I reacted instantly and took him down. More hunters quickly closed in. They had powerful weapons and surveillance drones. My only option was to escape deeper into the forest. Along the way, I met a local woman. She knew the surrounding terrain better than anyone. She agreed to guide me toward the border. We had barely started moving when motorcycle killers appeared. I seized one of their motorcycles. Then I raced through a storm of gunfire. I used the terrain to launch a counterattack. That finally allowed me to lose the pursuers. But the hunters quickly turned their attention to the woman. A father and son cornered her in the woods. She fought back with everything she had. I arrived just in time. Together, we took both enemies down. To avoid the hunters, she led me into a hidden cave, but someone unexpected was already inside. Her missing brother had been hiding there. The hunters had also targeted him before. He was still suffering from serious injuries. I decided to stay and rest for the night. But when I woke up, the siblings were gone. They had taken the $1 million gemstone with them. Furious, I rushed out of the cave. Then I saw that the hunters had captured them. The siblings were moments away from being eliminated. I quietly took control of one of the wealthy clients. Then I offered his life in exchange for the hostages. The hunt leader refused to sacrifice a paying client. He had no choice but to release the siblings. I used the chaos to escape into the river. After we reunited, the woman returned the gemstone. The three of us followed the river toward the border. But a military camp suddenly appeared ahead. The hunters were also closing in from behind. That was when I finally understood the truth. The enemy had been tracking us the entire time. I immediately searched the gemstone bag. Sure enough, a tracking device was hidden inside. To protect the siblings, I gave the gemstone to the woman. I told them to keep moving toward the border. I stayed behind with the tracking device. My plan was to draw every enemy toward me. I damaged several nearby fuel barrels. Then I found a signal flare. I started a speedboat and raced onto the river. The roaring engine immediately attracted the hunters. Once they moved close enough, I fired the flare. The fuel barrels exploded behind them. Then I drove the speedboat straight toward the border. But military boats quickly began chasing me. The hunt leader also arrived in a helicopter. Gunfire surrounded me from every direction. I had no choice but to return to shore. I quickly seized a soldier's weapon. Then I fought off the approaching pursuers. The bridge ahead led directly into Thailand. Once I crossed it, I would